Dear students, today our topic of discussion is Hamming codes. In last class we have seen the parity bits in order to check whether there is any error in the received code. When we are transmitting some digital signals, there is a chance of error, we know that, and the presence of error in the received message can be detected by many ways. One is the parity bit, but here the issue is that you can find only the error, you cannot correct it. But Hamming code is a error detection as well as an error correction code. You can correct even one bit of error by using Hamming code. And another feature is that the data of any length can be applied in order to check the error correction or error detection using Hamming code. Okay, so the method of encoding a message using Hamming code, or it is again known as Hamming code generation, we will discuss in detail. Okay, there are few steps. If you are following the steps properly, you can simply generate the Hamming code. So what we are doing is, in the message we are adding certain parity bits. Here also we are using certain parity bits. It depends on the number of parity bit is depending on the number of message bit, and it has to satisfy an equation, that is 2 raised to p should be greater than p plus m plus 1, where p is the number of parity bits that you have to add and m is the number of bits of message. Okay, so what you have to do, you will get the message. Suppose it is a 4 bit, then you have to apply different values of p and make sure that the equation is satisfied. Suppose m is 4 and you are applying p as 1, 2 raised to p is 2, 2 should be greater than 4 plus 1 plus 2. Okay, that is p is 1 here, so 2 raised to 1 in the left side you will be getting 2, 2 greater than or equal to 2 plus 4 plus 1, 7. So the equation is not satisfied. Then you have to give another value, p is equal to 2, again you can see it cannot be satisfied. If you are making p as 3, then 2 raised to p, that is 8, greater than or equal to that 3 plus 4 plus 1, isn't it? Because we are making p as 3, 3 plus message is 4, that is 3 plus 4 7 plus 1 8. So both are it is equal, left side and right side should be either greater than or equal. Here in this case it is equal. So for m is equal to 4, p should be at least 3, or you can make it as 3, which is equal. Like that we can fix the number of parity bits. Then the position of parity bits, where you have to add the parity bits in the message. Okay, it is as per the instruction, that is you have to add the parity bits at the positions of powers of 2, that is at the 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2, like that. That is, we know that it is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, like that. So the message plus parity should be placed in such way that the parity is at the positions 1, then 2, then 4, 8, 16, that is the multiples of 2 raised to 1, 2, 3, etc., isn't it? Then how the parity bits are determined, determination of parity bits. So the parity bit has to be determined as per the parity you are following. It can be either odd parity or even parity. So if it is odd parity, the system is following odd parity, you have to add parity bit accordingly in the corresponding position. Similarly, if it is following the even parity, then parity bit should be satisfying the even parity rules, isn't it? And finally, you can have the total Hamming code, which consists of the parity bit as well as the message bit. So if it is a 4-bit Hamming 4-bit message, then the Hamming code consists of 4-bit message plus 3-bit parity bit. So totally it is a 7-bit message. That is called the Hamming code or the encoded message. Okay, we will see certain examples. Okay, we are having a Hamming code. We have to generate a Hamming code for the data or for the message 1110 with even parity. That you have to make sure which parity the system follows. Okay, so first you have to find what is the number of parity bits. Here it is as mentioned earlier, it should be 3. So the number of parity bits should be 3. So total number of bits will be 4 plus 3 7. Then parity bit positions are 1, 2 and 4. Since we have only 3 parity bits, the positions are 1, 2 and 4. In the figure here, you can see that the first position, that is P1, parity bit 1, then second position P2, and the fourth position 4, that is P4. So the 3 parity should be placed in the corresponding positions P1, P2 and P4 at the positions 1, 2, 4 respectively. Then what about the messages? Message have to be placed in the remaining positions as per the order, that is M1, M2, M3, M4, that is at the position 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now you can see the second figure where we have already added the messages. Then we don't know what is the value of parity P1, P2, P4, that you have to yet to determine. Okay. So the message have to be 1110. So first bit here, second bit here, third bit here and fourth bit here. Now how to find the determination of parity bit. So how to find the parity bit. So for finding the parity bit P1, now you have to listen more carefully. For finding the parity bit P1, okay, you have to check for the numbers at the positions, okay, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, the positions 1, 3, 5 and 7. Okay, that is in other words, you have to select one, then skip one, then select one, skip one, like that. Selecting one, skipping 2, second position, then selecting third position, skipping the fourth, selecting fifth, skipping the sixth, like that. Select one, skip one. So here the first position is P1 as such. We want to find what is the value of P1. And what about the positions at 3, 5 and 7? 3 it is 1, 5 it is 1, then 7 it is 1, isn't it? Sorry, 7 it is 0. So 1, 1 and 0. So this. So what should be the value of P1? As per the even parity, you have to keep P1 0. Then only the number of ones will be even. So the parity bit is P1 is equal to 0. Okay. Similarly, for the second position, you have to take the numbers from P2, then P2, P3 and P6, P7, or in other words, you have to select 2 from P2, select 2, then skip 2, then again select 2. That is, I am selecting 2, 3, skipping 4, 5, then selecting 6, 7. Suppose there is more numbers, then you have to select, skip 8, 9, select 10, 11, like that. That is, select 2, skip 2, like that. So what is the position here? P2 you have to determine. Then what about position 3, 1, then position 5, 1, then position 7, 0. So again this is an even number. You have to keep P2 0 in order to keep the status as even parity. Similarly, for P3 you have to select, sorry, it is P4 actually. So for P4, not P3, P4 you have to select 4 including P4, then skip 4. Here selecting 4 means 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7 you have to select. Then suppose the number is more bits are there, then you have to select skip numbers 8, 9, 10, 11. Then again select 4. That is multiples of the groups of 4 you have to select as well as skip 4. So here the positions are 4, 5, 6, 7. What is the value? P4 you have to determine. Then the others are 1, 1, 0. It is again even. So keep the parity bit P4 as equal to 0. Okay. So now we have got all these things, fill all the parity bits along with the message. So you got all the parity bits are 0. This is P1, this is P2, this is P4, all are 0, and the message remain as such. And the total 7-bit message, this is the Hamming code or encoded Hamming message. Okay. So this is the generated Hamming code. Again, this is known as 7-4 Hamming code, because there are total 7 bits, out of which 4 bit is the message. It is again known as 7, 4 Hamming code. Okay, 7, 4 Hamming code. Then again another example with odd parity 1011. Okay, the same rules and same steps you have to follow, but only the difference is that it is an odd parity, so you have to make sure that the number of ones are odd including the parity bit. Again you have to follow the same procedure. You can get the P1 as 1, P2 as 0, and the parity P4 as 1. So 1, 0, 1 is the parity, and the total message including the parity as well as message bit gives the Hamming code. So here the Hamming code is 1011011. Okay. You can try for a homework for a 5-bit message 10110 using even parity. That's all.